If you're selling a $3,000 to $5,000 fitness offer and closing under 30%, it's not your leads, it's the way that you're handling objections. Last month, I collected over $130,000 at a 76% close rate in high ticket fitness, and I barely handled objections at the end of the call. If you're under 30%, you're probably dealing with leads who are interested all call. They're sitting there and they're nodding at you, they're engaged, and then at the end of the call, they hit you with the, I gotta think about it. I'm going to show you why this happens, how to identify and prevent it, as well as give you a live example of eliminating a limiting belief before the price drop.
I've been bought like programs and stuff. So like I didn't really like the money I spent, it wasn't worth. I feel like it was scam.
If you are under a 30% close rate, it's because you're approaching the call wrong. A lot of people feel pressure when getting onto a call because they're too focused on how to convince the prospect into buying. Objection handling is persuasion, but you shouldn't be planning to handle any objections at all. They should all be pre-handled before the end of the call. I used to sit down, I used to think before every single call, if they say this objection, I'm gonna say that. And I would sit there and I would play so many scenarios out in my mind, and my close rate suffered because I was focused on the wrong thing. Your job is not to convince anyone to buy anything. Your job is to simply guide them to clarity through your questions before the pitch ever even starts. Let me say this clearly. Selling is not convincing. Selling is clarity. If someone fully understands their problem, the cost of not solving it, and that you can actually help them, the decision actually becomes obvious to them. When someone doesn't buy, it's usually because one of those three things was never fully clear to them. Now, here's the key. Clarity problems absolutely show up in language. Non-buyers will tell you that they're non-buyers. They'll say things like, I know what to do. I just need accountability, right? How many times have you heard that? I always reframe that because if they genuinely knew what to do, they wouldn't be on the call now, would they? So I always reframe that into a system issue rather than an accountability issue. If you just let them think they already know what to do, when you price drop, they're going to have a hard time justifying paying a few $1,000s just for some accountability. Another example of a red flag can be if someone brings up that they have a trust issue because they bought programs before in the past, whether it be for fitness, business, trading, relationships, dating, I don't know, and they didn't see success. If you let them proceed with that mindset that coaching is a scam, they're going to have hesitancy to trust you as well. That's a limiting belief that needs to be addressed. I came across this yesterday actually, where a dude told me that he had bought business and trading courses and he didn't see results, and so now he was skeptical of all coaching in general. That belief right there cannot carry on to the price drop. Let me just show you. Have you ever been cheated on before?
I mean, I can say with my last relationship, I haven't caught her, but I for sure I could say yes. She definitely would.
It's like getting cheated on and then like letting that hold you back from finding your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been cheated on before, so now I'm going to let this thing that happened to me in the past affect every future relationship I have for the rest of my life. And I'm never going to get back in the dating game because I don't trust women. Does that make sense? Because at that point, you're never going to find your wife because now you let this chick that like cheated on you dictate your whole life and control your future for the rest of your life. And then what is that going to do to you at that point?
Nothing but hurt you. My facts, brother.
Exactly, bro. So it's kind of the same situation with this, right? Letting programs that you've done in the past, even though they are a little different because they can't guarantee an outcome like we can, it's still kind of like the same thing. Letting that trust issue prevent you from moving forward. And so my question to you is like, are you willing to let go of that way of thinking, knowing it's holding you back?
Yeah, bro, honestly, bro, like, I'm willing to do whatever you guys say, to be honest, bro,
And there's countless examples of these red flags that you can pick up in their language, but I'll go in depth on that in another video. Point is to address them all as they come up, not try to fight them after the price drop when resistance is at its highest. If you're new to sales and you don't actually know how to identify these red flags that reveal these limiting beliefs, what I would recommend to you is that whenever you don't close a call, download that transcript of that call and upload it into ChatGPT and ask it, yo, was there any red flags in their language that reveal these limiting beliefs before the end of the call? And then actually tell the AI to work into your script the pre-handle to that objection specifically. That way you don't come across that objection again. Another tool you should be using is curiosity. When asking questions, one of the biggest advantages you have is genuine curiosity. Like when I'm on a call, I ask questions like I'm confused because most of the time I actually am until I fully understand their problem and their emotional why. This confusion does two things. It allows me to get them to open up naturally and it gets them to articulate their problem so they can realize things that they may have never thought about before. When you're genuinely trying to understand them, they'll feel that you actually care and the trust will increase. Too many coaches will hear a surface level problem like nutrition and immediately think, okay, I know how to solve that. But if you understand the problem before they do, you've skipped the most important part. Clarity on their end must come before the solution. Oftentimes, I'll look at a prospect's form before the call even starts and I'll know exactly what they need. But if I don't get on that call and make them realize it, they're never going to buy. We guide someone from confusion to clarity and then let them decide. This process works because it respects the prospect. People don't want to feel sold, they just want to feel understood. So I promise if you implement these things right here, where you actually go in and you try to identify the non-buyer language and you actually go in and you ask your questions with genuine curiosity, don't sound like a robot, I promise you, your close rate is going to skyrocket. And if you want to learn how to double your close rate on high ticket fitness offers in the next 90 days, go down below to book a one-on-one call with me. And if you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments or shoot me a DM on Instagram.